Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this blessing is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Alright, and this is the best photo I could find, so don't mind the through picture of the so-called Moabite looking guy. Salakia, I should say Moabite looking guy with his phallic symbol around his neck, man. But you know, we're coming into those times where not only do we have to prepare mentally and spiritually and physically, because shit's about to hit the fan. All right. First and foremost, you gotta prepare spiritually. But when we're brought in front of these officers, these lawyers, UN troops, we're not supposed to premeditate what we're gonna say. All right, because in those times, and even in these times now, the Lord's gonna put the words into our mouth. All right. So we're gonna have the perfect response in that time, man. And He's even doing that now, man. All right. Proverbs 3:5: trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. With all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths. Roughly paraphrasing, that's including the words you speak too. Right? The Spirit is dealing with you. Right? You're not gonna say no off shit. Right? Even if you thought of some off shit to say, you wouldn't say it. But it's coming into the times where the Lord is gonna put the correct words into our mouth to cut our enemies, right? Using just pure wisdom, man. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 29. Is not my word like as a fire, saith the Lord, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? Right? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, Yahweh is gonna send Yahushua to destroy this place, man. All right, America, right? But what's the build up leading into it? It's the word being brought out. That's tearing this place down, man. The word is literally breaking the rock in pieces. This rock being this mountain, which is this powerful government, man. All right, the word of Yahweh Bashim Yashai is destroying this place, man. So it's like a fire, man. All right, this is like the prequel, not the prequel, Salakia, but this is like the preview to the actual fire that's coming, man. Because this place will be burnt by fire, but right now it's being burned spiritually with the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. All right, that's why I chose that picture, man. But let me jump over to the book of Matthew, chapter 10. Gotta put that red letter on. Matthew 10, I'll start at verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. All right? We're not supposed to get carnal and trust in our, weapons or physicality. Because, we are stronger people than every nation on the earth, man. But we're not supposed to trust in our physicality. We're supposed to trust in the Lord, man. Our faith is what's going to deliver us, man. Our faith in our works. All right? But part of being wise as serpents is being careful with what you say. Right? But not being too careful because you don't want to hinder the spirit. Right? If the spirit tells you to say something, you should say it, man. All right? But sometimes the spirit will close your mouth and you don't say nothing. That's the spirit closing your mouth too, man. All right, verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought forth before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. Right, the Lord's going to put it into our mouths, and we're going to say the right thing at the right time, man. All right? It's just like Yahweh Shai. When Yahweh Shai, was dealing with the wicked Pharisees and the wicked Sadducees, they would come up to him, asking him questions, trying to trick him, and trying to get him to convict himself by using his own words, man. All right? But what would happen? He would just cut them with the word, man. All right? Just like in that one point where he says, for which one of my good works do you stone me, man? So Lucky, let me get that real quick before I butcher it. John 10, starting at verse 31. Then the Jews took up stones again to stone him. Verse 32. Yahushua answered them, many good works have I showed you from my Father. For which of those works do you stone me? But the Jews answered him, saying, for good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy, and that because thou, being a man, makest thyself the Most High. All right. So the first cut was basically saying, yo, what did I do wrong that you're going to stone me? It's like, you didn't do anything wrong. It's not the works that you did in the name of the Father, right? It's because you're saying that you are the Most High. But Yahushua never said that, man. All right, verse 34. Yahushua answered them, is it not written in your law, I said, ye are gods? If he called them gods, unto whom the word of the Most High came, and the scripture cannot be broken. Right. So he cut them again with the scriptures, right? Psalms 82. All right, so he cut them. He said, yo, isn't it written that you are gods, man? So he cut them with the scriptures, man. And when you cut people with the scriptures, it hurts more than anything, right? Hebrews 4 and 12, man. This will cut your body and your spirit, man. All right? These words are powerful, man. So in that time, when we come into those times, and even now, man, you got to trust in the Lord so he could give us the words that we'll speak, man. Right? Because, who's wiser than the creator of wisdom, man? If the creator of wisdom is going to put the words in your mouth, man, you got to be able to trust that, man. All right? Go to Sirach 1 and 1. Sirach 1 and 1. I'm not going to read the whole prologue, but I'll just jump to the bottom. All wisdom cometh from the Lord and is with him forever. All right? And James, the book of James says, if you lack wisdom, ask the Lord, and he gives it out liberally. Roughly paraphrasing, man. All right, so in that time, throw up a quick prayer, and the Lord, will put the words in our mouth for us to be delivered, man. All right? Let me jump over to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. Man. You know what? Shh. This whole chapter fire. Salakia. I'll start at verse 10. Let's keep it simple. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 10. I loved her above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light. For the light that cometh from her never goeth out. And that her is speaking about wisdom, man. Verse 11. All good things together came to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hands. Right? Because when Solomon prayed for wisdom, he got everything, including wisdom. He got more wisdom than anybody, and then he got more riches than anybody too, man. All right? So all good things came with him obtaining wisdom, man. And how did he get wisdom? By asking the Lord, man. All right? Verse 12, Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 12. And I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them, and I knew not that she was the mother of them. I learned diligently and do communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches. Right? And we see that, right? These words of Solomon, man, it's literally him not hiding wisdom, man. All right? Verse 14, for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth, which they that use become friends of the Most High, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. Man, that's how great wisdom is, man. But that's how even greater the Lord is, because he created wisdom, man. Verse 15 is the point I wanted to get to. The Most High hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise. For in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship. All right. The words that we speak come from the Lord, man. All right. And that includes everybody on the planet, right? But when the Lord is dealing with you, you're going to speak wisdom. You're going to speak life, man. All right. Verse 15, the Most High hath granted me to speak as I would. Right? Don't take no thought of what you're going to say, man. Even now, these days, man, if the Spirit tells you to say something, just say it, man. Just say it. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, because there'll be times where, I'll be holding my tongue, but at the same time, that sometimes it'd be wisdom holding me back from saying anything, man. Because man's goings are of the Lord, man. All right, you just gotta have faith that the Lord is dealing with you, man. All right. If you have doubt that the Lord isn't dealing with you, that means you feel off in some way, man. And you gotta examine thyself, man. All right. Let me jump to Isaiah chapter 50. Isaiah 50 and 4. The Lord Yahweh hath given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak in word in season to him that is weary. He waketh morning by morning. He waketh mine ear to hear as the learned. All right. The point I wanted to get to was Salakia. The point I wanted to bring out was the Lord hath given me the tongue of the learned, man. How do you get a tongue of the learned? It's through wisdom, you know. What does the Sirach say, man? If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, man. It's really as simple as that, man. It really is as simple as that, man. Sirach 1 and 26. If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord shall give her unto thee. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 1 says, you know, wisdom isn't going to dwell in a malicious soul, man. All right. So if you out here living foolishly, man, you gotta check yourself again, man. You gotta examine yourself, man. You really do, man. All right. Because another brother can't save you, man. You really have to examine yourself, man. All right. So if you're saying off shit, right? If you constantly slipping with your tongue, because every man's gonna slip with his tongue, all right. But if you constantly slipping with your tongue, man, something's off, man. You gotta get your spirit in order. All right. Let me jump to Proverbs 15. Loki, this is one of my favorite precepts because when you do this, right, you feel it. If it really does feel good when you do this, man. It's one of the best feelings in the world when you do this. When you cut somebody, or when you say the right thing at the right time, right? It doesn't even have to be, you know, cutting somebody. It could be just, you know, you macking, whatever, you talking to Eve, you say the right thing at the right time, and there's no rebuttal, man. What the scriptures say, the Lord's going to give us a mouth that, you know, people can't gainsay against, man. All right? But this is Proverbs 15, verse 23. A man have joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season, how good is it? Right? It really is it's a good ass feeling, man. It really is, man. That's like, I know, I'm not going to say I know, but, you know, through the Spirit, I believe that, you know, Yahweh Shai had to be feeling some type of way when he was cutting these Pharisees with wisdom, man. With straight, pure scriptures, man. Pure scriptures, man. That had to be a great feeling, man. It has to be, man. All right? Even when, you know, when you're teaching, all right? You bring out a precept that backs up what a brother says perfectly, man. It's a good feeling because it's co-signed by the Lord, man. All right, but who put the wisdom and the words in our mouth is all through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. A man have joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season. How good is it, man? All right, let me get one more. I'm gonna wrap it up. This is I'm gonna jump to Sirach 37. Sirach 37. And verse 13, and let the counsel of thine own heart stand, for there is no man more faithful to thee than it. All right, the heart goes, you know, the Hebrew word for heart is lab, which is your mind, man. You know, and your mind isn't going to steer you wrong, especially if the Lord is dealing with you, man. All right, this is talking about that gut feeling you get sometimes. You gotta actually listen to it, man. Verse 14, for a man's mind is sometimes wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above in a high tower, right? Because, you know, when you have a watchman sitting in a tower or a watchtower, the purpose of that is to see far and wide and to see everybody coming, any enemies potentially coming in any direction. It's supposed to watch out for danger, man. It's like you see now, the modern day watchtowers will be like a lighthouse. You see a lighthouse, the purpose of that light is to tell boats that land is nearby, but also to spread a light on, you know, on the waters so that the boat doesn't hit any like rocks, you know, and when it's pitch black out there, man. All right, so Imagine, seven men in a watchtower. They're gonna tell you something before it happens, but your mind, your spirit will tell you even more before, even better than they would, man. All right, but you just gotta trust the spirit, man. You have to trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. And it's hard to trust them it's hard to completely trust them in the faith, because that in the flesh, because the flesh, wants to doubt, but you gotta fight that shit, man. You gotta rebuke that doubt, man. All right. And above all this, pray to the Most High that He will direct thy way in truth. Right? So if you get that gut feeling and you're not exactly sure of what to do about it, right? How to respond to it, or what action to take because of that gut feeling, pray to the Lord, man, that He will direct thy way in truth, man. All right? Verse 16, let reason go before enterprise and counsel before every action. All right? You know, But that's really the point on that. I'm going to wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I'm going to say Shalom and Abad Babal.